Hey guys, this is going to be a video more focused on emotional eating, which is what I struggled with, and I still do struggle with, and I always will. So to start this video off, I'm going to kind of tell you guys a little about my own background and personal life. I'm not going to get too deep into it because it is pretty personal, but I will give you guys kind of an outlook on why I ate my feelings. That's what I did, and that's what led me to being severely overweight. So growing up, I don't know how to put this, okay, so growing up, I lived with my grandmother, and my mom lived with us, but she was still a teenager when she had me. She was 15 years old, and my dad was 17. So she was still a kid herself. She was my age, like, with the kid, which is crazy. But so even living with her, I don't know how to say this, really. I didn't see a lot of her. She was still a teenager doing her thing, which is not an excuse, I guess, for not being. She was around. Okay. So she did her thing. Her own thing a lot of the time. So did my dad. So I was with my grandma a lot, and I kind of felt neglected a little bit, which led me to eat. And I ate out of boredom a lot too, but that's a different type of video. But yeah, I tend to eat in my feelings because I'm not saying a lot of why I gained the weight is because of my parents. It's how I dealt with them and what, the situations they were put in. And they did and everything. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but if you send me a personal message kind of in the same situation as me, we'll talk, because it is hard to deal with, and I have some good advice for dealing with it, but it's just not, anyone else's really business for the internet. So yeah, and I've dealt with things. I'm not trying to complain in any way whatsoever, but I've kind of dealt with things a lot of kids haven't, and it was just really hard growing up, especially also being overweight. Elementary school, I did get bullied more than I ever have in middle school and high school, and I will do a bully video very soon on that as well. But back to emotional eating. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I emotionally, and just my life, kind of the struggles in life, I did not know certainly how to deal with them besides eating them and trying to fill in that pain with food. And that's a big problem, for teenagers, kids, adults now. It's just like kind of like a drug. It is like a drug. Overeating, like compulsive eating, is known like in the same range as doing drugs, I guess. But kind of the same factors, you guys can see. But emotional eating is a big deal, and I dealt with it for 15 years until my health reasons, which I'll get into it, why I started dieting. I was having severe pains in my side, my right side, and it was so bad, like, I had to go to the doctors, and I haven't been to the doctors in like 4 years because I didn't want to get weighed. Like, the truth, I didn't want to see how much I weighed, and I was so much in pain that I had to go to the doctors. And I went, and I saw my weight, and I'm not going to tell you guys my weight on the internet until I feel more comfortable, but it was an eye-opener because I've not weighed myself in 4 years, and it was just like, oh my god, like, there needs to be a change. I did not know it was that big. And so I had to go get a bunch of tests. I had to go see a cancer surgeon. I don't know, see her, but they had to send my x-rays over, which, so maybe I should tell you what the x-rays were of, right? My ovaries, I guess, had buildup around them, and your ovary is supposed to be like a centimeter, like that big, and they're like 10 centimeters, so they're big. They're 10 times the way they're supposed to be, and it's cysts, and they thought the cysts were cancer. They weren't positive as cancer, they wanted to check into it, which it wasn't, thank God. And so I had to lose weight for my surgery as well, which I have not had yet. I have to go back Monday, the 9th of May, and I just went last Monday, but I just did a checkup and everything. But anyway, so yeah, that was an eye-opener, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I joined Jenny Craig, and I was like not diagnosed, but found out that I ate my feelings. I emotionally ate horribly. And that's what I did. And then I would feel bad for eating, and then I would eat more to try to cover that pain, because I'd look at myself and be like, why am I so, fat? And it was just like, oh my god. And it finally got to a point where I had to start dieting, which I am now. And I've lost 50 pounds, a little over 50 pounds. And I was like, I'm proud of myself. I've never accomplished anything like that. But I still struggle with emotional eating. So I'm currently in counseling. So if you guys are emotionally eating, there is free counseling or school. Counseling helps. Talking to people helps. Just let it, emotionally eating, just try. How I dealt with it, I let it out, and I'm solving the problems that I never solved before. And that is very important, not just for, your health, but for yourself as well, your emotional health, because if you store all that up and fill it with food, then you're not solving the problem, and you never will. And that's what I've done. I still have baggage that I need to let go that I haven't been able to talk about. And it's hard. It really is hard. And food is the easiest way to get rid of it for a little bit. It really is. Just go to your fridge. It's 10 feet away, and you can go solve the problem. Why wouldn't you want to? Well, don't. Emotional eating is, it is a major thing that kids deal with now, and, you can, whatever your life brings you, bullying, parents, family, anything can cause emotional eating, and it really is a big deal, and support with that is the biggest thing in opening up. And if you don't have no one, I'm here. Message me when you have a response to anything. I will help you. I will try my best to help you, because it's a big deal. And like me, your health can be in risk, and your emotional health more, is in risk, and it won't lead to anything good. And if you're having trouble with emotional eating, please, contact me or talk to your school about counseling or something, because it is a bigger deal than it sounds. Believe me, it really is, and I want to help you with it if you would let me. And if you need ways to stop emotionally eating, like I said, talk to someone and let the baggage out, and tell yourself you're worth living, and you're worth it. You really are. No matter who you are, you're someone, and you're important. And I didn't believe that myself, and I was depressed a lot. 2010, I was just depressed, and that's when I gained the most weight, because I went through, some bad things that year. It was not a good year, and I just ate my feelings, and I was telling myself I was worthless, so what's the point? Don't do that, please. You are someone. You are important. You're important to me. You're important to your family. You're important to at least someone, one person out there. And, you just are important. Subject, sorry, I can't, speak English. This subject is really important, and to me anyways, and I've struggled with it for 15 years, and I'm still working on it. So I know I kind of rambled, I do that, I'm sorry, but I hope this video somewhat made sense. And if you have any questions or anything, please comment me or message me, video response, anything. And if you need help with emotional eating, please contact me, and I will make sure to get back to you. So that's all I'm going to cover today on that. I'm going to film a few more videos. And, yeah, thank you for watching, and love you guys.